there, Stampers. This is Marcia Worrell, your local close to my heart consultant here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Today I am going to put together a quick card to send to a friend of mine that lives out in California. So I thought I would bring you all along and see if I couldn't create it on camera. You'll have to excuse me, my kids, two of them are still up, so one of them is in the background making a little bit of noise. Hopefully she won't try to talk over me. So I did want to go ahead and get started. So to start with, I just have a piece of cardstock that's the traditional card size. It is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So we are actually going to use the card this time in the landscape pattern. So I have a piece of our fundamentals paper already pre-cut, and this measures at about 4 1/4. About 4 1/4 by about 2. And this is from our Fundamentals Enchanted pack. Now this pack is still available. You'll see here, this is the pattern. It's sort of like a blue color, like a sapphire. And so that's going to be the first part of my card. I'm just going to adhere it to the card base. Put it roughly about midway or so. There we go. Okay, so we're going to start with that piece. Then some of my new stamps that I got in today, one of them is our North Carolina Everyday Life. And this one is a cute little card, a cute little stamp that'll go on most any little card you can use it for. Most of you know that I'm originally from here in North Carolina, so I've lived here pretty much all my life. And so I wanted to send one to her, and she actually used to live here a while back. She just doesn't anymore. So I'm using one of our 2x2 blocks, clear acrylic blocks to place the stamp on. This is an M stamp, and it will fit on this one. I'm just going to sort of turn it cat a quarter. Okay. So I'm going to take one of my inks. I think I decided I wanted to use my Pacifica. And you'll notice I'm using the little mini pigment ink pads. They come in a set of all 10 colors in that family for $19.99. So rather than to stock up on all the stamp pads in every single color right now, I just elected to get some of these. So I'm going to use that and just ink it up. There we go. Okay, that looks good. And I'm just going to stamp it onto a piece of paper that I have cut at about 1 1/2 by about 3. We're just going to stamp it and lift. Okay, looks good. All right. Okay, and I'm going to use my Stampin' Scrubber real quick. A little bit of spray while that dries so that I can clean off the stamp there. Let's see. And that's going to get most of it off. I may actually go and take it to the sink and rinse it a little bit more off camera. But for the most part, that is most of it. So we're going to stick it over here in the corner for right now. Okay. All right. And then I am going to take that and just set it to the side for a moment. So then ahead of time, I took one punch and cut out a 1 1/2 inch circle. Again, also with the fundamentals, it was just the back of that sort of sapphire color. It's sort of a crimson. And obviously here I'm going to, for the most part, go with a red, white, and blue theme. So I am going to adhere the little white piece first. Let's see. Okay. All right. And I'm just going to put it right about here. Okay. I don't quite want it in the middle because I'm going to use the circle to kind of offset it just a little bit. Let's see, can't we turn that? There we go. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to adhere my little red circle. And I'm going to make those little lines go to the side there. Okay. Now I'm going to come in with one of our sentiments. Oops, let me put a little bit more adhesive on that piece. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to come in with one of our short and sweet sentiments that we have. And it's sort of like a culmination of several different sentiments. So I'm actually going to use the one that says, well, hello. And again, I'm going to use the same little block I'm just going to peel Well Hello off and place it on here. And I have some more white cardstock right here. I am actually going this time to use, I think I will. I will use the cranberry. And again, another one of the little mini pigments that we have. So definitely, you know, you get a lot of colors for the $19.99 or $19.95. And I'm just going to adhere that once I get it stamped. So there, I have it, the ink on the pad. And I'm going to stamp it sort of in the middle. That way I can punch it out with my circle punch. Okay, there we go. And I'll clean that in a moment. So now I'm going to take a 1-inch circle punch and I am going to line that up. There we go. Over it. There we go. And it got stuck. Hold on a second. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to take a sponge. And those of you that know me, you know I sponge nearly everything I create, just to give it a little more dimension, especially when I am using white paper. I will sponge. Sometimes if I'm using craft, I will sponge. Okay, so we're just going to lightly sponge the edges here. And my red wasn't Ireland, honey. My red wasn't quite dry, so we are going to. Yeah, it little bit of smearing there, so I may actually stamp that again. Yeah, I think I'll stamp that one again. Okay, so we're going to turn it over real quick, and I'm going to stamp it a second time. Let's see if there's enough ink on there to stamp it. Yep, it's a little rustic looking, but that's all right. So let's try not to touch it this time. And again, we're going to sponge the edge with the blue. The Pacifica. Yeah, I had it right. Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't telling you the wrong color. All right, so now that I have the sponging, it looks like that. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. There we go. All right, so you can see the blue just around the edges. All right, so now I am going to put just a tiny bit of adhesive on the back there. And I'm just going to pop that on top of that red circle that we put. Okay. All right. Okay. And for the most part, my card is now complete. That would kind of be it right there. Now, I do have the option, obviously, of going in and taking it and adding white on the inside, so I probably will. I actually had a white piece already, here we go, pre-done. And you'll see this one is like a perfect match. It was one that I had pre-cut for another card I did earlier, but it is just a little too big, so I am going to go in and trim that down off camera for just a second. Give me just a moment. Just going to trim it down slightly. And again, I apologize for the child in the back that is just extra rambunctious today. Okay. She is amusing herself over in the corner. Okay, so since this had red on one side, but I trimmed it down, I'm actually just going to come right here, and I am going to take that same blue Pacifica ink from the mini pigment pad, and I am just going to lightly add just a small amount of dimension to this white paper, just to give it a little Ireland, honey, stop, stop, a little extra coloring. Here we go. Okay, and now we're going to adhere that. Onto the card. Let's see. So we're going to try to center it as best we can. All right, and I am comfortable with that. All right, and I am comfortable with the completed result. So that is it. That's the outside, and that is the inside. So just a quick, simple card. As most of you know, I love to put colors on the base of my cards. I don't do a whole lot of white cards. Every now and then I will, but the bulk of mine are a colored card. So that's just a quick and simple one to send to her and let her know we're thinking about her here in North Carolina. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that, you know, maybe you can use a tip that I showed you. If there's something specific you'd like to see on my channel, please let me know and I'd be happy to share it with you. Thanks so much and have an amazing day.